Greetings and good morning. It is day 125 on the Appalachian Trail, and I'm at it early again this morning trying to beat the heat. Got up at 4, hiking by 5. It's a little bit longer to the trail the shelter was than I'd hoped, so I got about a 10-15 minute hike to get back to the trail. My plan today is probably just to do a 14 miles. This may be one of those survive to fight another day type hikes. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s later in the day, and I don't hike well in the heat. And so I'm probably gonna call it around noon, 1 o'clock or so, but we'll see how I feel when I get there. I know yesterday I was dragging. I made the decision to go another 6 miles, and I'm glad I made that decision, but I was definitely dragging the last couple miles, and so we'll see. Oh, I should say I'm starting today at 14:29.5. That's my mileage when I get back to the trail. 14:925. I'd really wanted to try to get to Connecticut by tomorrow evening, but I just don't think I've got it. I don't think I can do the miles today to be able to get to Connecticut tomorrow. It's just going to be too hot. So I'm a goal-oriented person, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but I don't need to push it in the heat. It's going to be a live to fight another day type day today. Back on trail. It wasn't as bad as I remembered from yesterday. It wasn't near as bad as I remembered from yesterday. I guess I was so tired. I was really dragging. I wanted to be there. It felt like it took forever. You know, perhaps I should have brought my loppers. I passed a Sobo yesterday, a section Sobo that had done the through hike last year. And she said that New York gets a lot easier in the last 1/3. I'm ready to find that last 1/3. My mileage today, if there was something at 17 or 18, I might try to make it. My goal was 7 to 18 miles a day. Sometimes I end up doing a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but I think in terms of 100 miles per week, and that's about a 17 mile day and 1-0. And it's tempting to just find a still spot somewhere if I knew it existed. But that'd still make for a long day tomorrow, and it's going to be hotter tomorrow than it is today. So it was 71 degrees when I woke up. So my toe bothered me yesterday. It hadn't bothered me in the previous days. I fell, I think it was 6 times coming across those rocks just after I got into New York, because the rocks were just as slick as ice. I'd take a step and boom, I was gone. And one of the times I fell, my leg got caught underneath me, and I landed on my foot, and it twisted my toe back. I'm not sure which way, but anyway, it's all swollen. Not huge swollen, but it is swollen. As you'd expect, if I sprained my toe, you'd expect it to be swollen. There's a little bit of bruising, not bad. But it hadn't bothered me really until yesterday. I scratched my head trying to figure that out. I can feel it this morning. I wouldn't say it's bothering me. And then the cut on my right hand is healing, although it looks kind of unsightly. But and it's just barely hurting. So it's healing fine. The problem with that cut was that I can't hold my poles like I like to hold them, with pushing down on the straps. And so I had to change a little bit the way I hiked. I am definitely the first one on trail today. I am super silk blazing all these spider webs. I haven't talked much about this, but New York is just covered in these rock walls. They're everywhere. Just all these rock walls. I don't know why I find them so interesting. I just do. Now this trail's pretty nice. What a great view up here. Oh look, this is the location of the flag for the 9/11 memorial. So I just stopped at this small stream for camel up. Also grabbed a little bit of a second breakfast. And I really like my ex officio underwear. It works phenomenally well, at least for me, in cutting back or cutting down chafing and that kind of thing. It just works real well for me. But after a couple days, and it's been day 6 in this pair of underwear. Day 6? Yeah? No? Yeah. Day 6 in this pair of underwear. It kind of starts drooping a little bit, which creates areas for friction. I should have put a new pair of underwear on this morning when I started, but I just didn't think about it. And so while I was enjoying the creek, I also changed underwear. So it also happens to be Hike Naked Day. I believe today's the day it's usually celebrated, even though the solstice was late yesterday after evening. I think today it's the day everybody celebrates Hike Naked Day. So technically, for a brief moment in time, I was naked on the trail on Hike Naked Day. I know Ms. Tie-Dye will say, it didn't happen if there's no pictures. Well, believe me, there's no pictures. All right, let's figure out where I'm supposed to go. This is the view from Hosner Mountain. Must be a big road down there. Been hearing the road noise for quite a while. I was planning to get water here. I'm officially out of water. But there's a sign that says, do not get the water here. There's a farm upstream with cattle and houses and roads. And it recommended it's not being a water source. So the next available water source is 1.5 miles north up this big hill to a deli. Now, I like the idea of going to a deli, but I've probably got an hour to get to water. Yuck. This is going to be maybe it won't be too bad. I've been staying well hydrated. We will see, won't we? All right, so I went to the deli, had a sandwich. It was okay. Had 2 lemonades that were cold and tasted so good. And then I was able to fill up all 4 of my water bottles. Of course, now it means I'm carrying all 4 water bottles. It's 4 miles from the road. I'm probably a mile in, so maybe 3 miles from here to the shelter. That's why I'm carrying full water. The comments about water sources before the shelter and at the shelter are sketchy, the comments are not sketchy. Looks like the water availability is sketchy. So I'm carrying lots of water and it's getting hot. I'm probably going to stop at that shelter, but I am going to get my map out and take a look and review some comments and far out. It's awfully early to stop hiking. What am I going to do? But I also don't do well in the heat either, so there's that. Crossing over Interstate 84. let me close out day 125. It was kind of a live to hike another day type day. I stopped at the Morgan Shelter at 1443.5, so it was a 14-mile day. And I was getting tired when I got here, and it was getting hot. There were some other folks that were here, and they were resting, and they were going to wait for an hour or so and then hike on and stealth tent somewhere 4 or 5 miles further north. And I decided that no, I'm done. I'm just going to stay here and rest and relax. The problem with this shelter is there's no water, so I had to carry it all up, and I did. I've got enough water. So it will be another hot day tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll be stepping off trail, and I'll cover that in the next video. And I apologize about these videos. I just can't upload them when I'm on the trail, so I'll get one uploaded. I'm pretty confident in 2 days. I'm meeting Miss Tie-Dye to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary, and I'll get one uploaded in 2 days. So I've got several videos ready to go. I just got to get them uploaded. Take care. Good night.